Well, my truck's being borrowed, so today we're going with creativity. See if I can make it home after having to go to Home Depot. I don't think I can even get on my bike at this point, jeez. Well, welcome back to my silliness today. So, as I said in my other video, kind of did some poor planning, and so now I figured, what the hell, let's see if this worked for a return visit. One thing this also kind of shows me is when I do get a backpack for this, what kind of logical ways would it be to strap down the backpack? And I think horizontally is probably not a good idea. So whatever I do, I'll probably have to make sure the backpack sits more of an upright position. So as long as I can secure it that way, it should make it easier for me to get on and off the bike, and also get into the panniers if I need to. So it's a good practice for me. But it's gonna be see if I still have 2 pipes and a tube when I get home. You know, it was supposed to be like a high of 60. It's not even noon, it's already 60. I planned for cooler riding right now. So unfortunately, it's starting to get warm. Oh well, I guess it's just my day of poor planning on my part. But I guess if I can make it work, I can make it work. Some days, that's all you can go for. But yeah, those are going to be my fishbowl holders. So I bought 2 PVC pipes to hold the rods in place, and then I bought a fun noodle that I will cut the size. I just kind of use a key to rip it in half, just to pre-tube them. But it should work. Hopefully I didn't waste some money. Just kind of surprised how so expensive the PVC pipe was. I'm not for that. Well, but hey, if it works at the end, that's what matters. So, how's everyone doing? Is the weather finally warming up enough for you guys to start riding? I mean, right now is my riding season, and I'll probably push it through the summer too. I think my goal is basically, the bike is my primary mode of transportation, and my truck is my, adverse weather / needing to do runs like this where I have to go to the hardware store for something. So the idea is that, hopefully I can get my truck down to 5,000 miles a year versus the almost 20,000 miles a year I put on it. But that also means then the bike's getting 15,000 miles a year on it. But hey, I enjoy the ride, right? Well, I haven't heard any clunking behind me yet, so should stay in place. Yeah, I've had those rock form Rock straps? I don't remember. I think they're rock straps. I've had those for years. I had them on the Harley before I bought the top box for that. And I was the goofball that would have my lunchbox sitting on top of the back of the bike. And I even did it at this bike before I got everything situated with my lunchbox and whatnot. But yeah, it's like, here I am riding down the road and there's a little lunchbox on the back seat of my motorcycle. Hey, it works. It's what worked for me. I get to enjoy the ride, and lunchbox came with me. So yeah, I just tossed those little straps into one of the panniers in this, and came in handy for this trip. So they don't take that much space. But yeah, in my other prepared things, I did just order a backup or a battery jump pack. There was a time with the Harley that the battery was dying on me, and I didn't have to push start it, but did I have to tow it? I don't remember. No, I had to freaking carry, that's right. The wife went to the store, and I told her not to turn off the bike. So she went for a ride. And I go, just ride around the block, don't turn it off. Because I had to power it up through my battery charger. I just wasn't sure if it was like, bad battery or something else. I go just ride it around so I could see if it's charging itself. 10 minutes later, she calls me. She's like, yeah, I kind of went to the store and turned off the motorcycle. Of course she did. Luckily for me, there was an AutoZone like across the street, literally from that parking lot. But I had to, drive down there, bring some tools to take out the battery, walk the battery over to the store. Did I walk it? Maybe I took the car back and forth. I don't remember now. And then, had to put a new battery in the parking lot of the Fry's. Could have been worse, but even my truck got to get jumped once or twice. Just the vehicle kind of gets hesitant, and you're like, oh, it doesn't seem like it's struggling that much. All of a sudden, nope, don't feel like starting anymore. And you're like, well, crap. So, got a jump pack. That should be in this week. I think this week. And then I bought a digital portable air inflator for the tires. So the only next thing I want that I can think of is the actual patch kits. It's been a while since I had to use one for anything, but yeah, between the air inflator and the patch kits, I should be okay for the majority of what kind of riding style I plan to do. I dealt with that before, where another thing, like we were out, or the wife went out on one of her bikes, and relatively new tire. The bike was not even a year old, probably 5,000 miles on it. Found a nail or a screw or something, and it drained fast. It was like, she said she went to a store, started to go, and the bike just felt weird. And by the time I got home and went to the bike, the tire was dead flat. So I hooked up my big air compressor that I just threw in the back of the truck. So I'm like, well, option A is if it's not a super fast leak, I can get the bike going, and one of us can ride it back to the house, because it was like 2 miles from our house. Just make sure we don't go fast. Or option B is have to go get a trailer, but that time of night would have been, the bike would have to sit in a parking lot overnight, and I don't like leaving my things out like that if I can. So I was about ready to push the bike home if I really had to. It would really suck, but So anyway, yeah, just threw the air compressor in the truck. I mean, it's one of those big old 5-gallon or better. I don't even know how big it is. Anyway, so it's a compressor, threw it in the back of the truck, made sure it was full of air, took it out to the bike, filled it up. I mean, I could hear the air escaping as I filled it even. I go, okay, so she wanted to ride it because she'd rather ride her bike than have me ride her bike. So I go, as soon as it feels wonky, just pull off to the side of the road. I don't care if we're on the road. Just pull over and we'll either go to another option or put more air in it and continue. But she got it home, and yeah. So it's been another thing I've been meaning to buy is an air compressor, and so I decided to order one. I don't plan to have to use it too often, unless I find it more convenient than hooking up the main air compressor. Because it is digital, so the idea is that you can literally just type in what temperature you want, or not temperature, what pressure you want in it, and then just hit the go button and it'll do it. Versus my large compressor that I have to, use one of my circle gauges to compare the pressure to. So, but I figure it's a good thing for me to have on any trips. So that's on order. So hopefully soon. Of course, I think the next couple of weeks are kind of tied up for me, so I still can't quite. Even if the weather goes beautiful, I still don't have time to go out and camp yet. Somehow life responsibilities or just that, life responsibilities. So, but soon. The idea is soon. I'm guessing right now, probably the end of April, I'll be able to finally do my first big adventure. Otherwise, I'm just, every week I'm trying to file down my things because I'm getting older. I don't want to, I don't mind roughing it, but I rough it to an extent where it's not enjoyable. But the idea is to go out and enjoy the ride and enjoy the experience. So I think my next thing I still need to analyze for my camping gear is recheck my tent, because I've had my tents for years. I got to re-go through those. And then I do need to order a new sleeping pad. So I have ideas for ones, but I want to actually put the tents up that I have and measure them exactly, and then compare those measurements to the different sleeping pad options I could go with. So, but those are my current ideas, and since I'm almost home, I'll clip back to you guys when see if everything stayed on the back of this bike ride. Come on. Well, looks like the tube stayed. Actually held, that one really tight. That one held pretty well. Oh yeah, there's the T-Rex frame sliders or engine guards to put on upper and lower. So, on to the next patch. Everyone else, for then, until next time, be safe, have fun, take care.